Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me here at Major Arcanum. I'm doing a nearly personal spread for you today, which I'll pull 10 cards. We'll have an opportunity to ask a question, so think of your question now. We're going to try to avoid yes or no questions because it's too specific. So if you can ask like an open-ended question such as how can you move forward or how should you move forward in a certain situation that you're thinking about or dealing with. So it can be related to love, romance, finances, your professional path, things like that. Whatever you got going on, whatever you want to focus on, think of your question now and we'll get to that right after this 10 card spread. So in the current situation, you have the Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles is crossing, the Magician, Justice, Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. We also have the King of Cups, Page of Swords, the Hermit, and King of Pentacles. Oh, okay. So I feel that there might have been a situation with the Five of Swords, fives representing conflict, right? And this is your current energy, or the current energy, not yours specifically. The current energy is a conflict. There's some kind of decision. I feel that this does mean that that you might have some kind of conflict where you are trying to decide, like what goes where, right? This image here portrays, it appears to be a couple who might be arguing and the child here is affected. So that could be business partners. We could apply it to that kind of scenario where this is the business, right? This is the baby that you two nurtured together to make it grow, right? And so now you two have different ideas on how you should move forward, just difference of opinions here. So that's the Five of Swords, difference of opinions on how things should progress, right? And is there an opportunity to get on the same page, or should you dissolve and move in separate directions? Now, it could apply to a romantic relationship as well, for the obvious, a couple possibly having a custody battle or something like that, or just deciding who gets the TV, right? Things like that. But that's the Five of Swords. There's some kind of conflict and uncertainty about whether you two can get on the same page or go separate ways. So the Ace of Pentacles is in the challenge position, a new beginning, a new venture for some, right? That means the new business. Do you go on your own way? Can you get on the same page? And if not, what will it take for you to start your own life, your own venture, your own business, something like that? But the Ace of Pentacles does represent a new beginning, and it seems like this situation, it's not been decided here. There's still some back and forth conversations going on. Now it could be arguments, right? We do know that fives represent conflict. Could be arguments, or it just could be that you're unable to move forward in this new path or this new journey because there are still things that are left unsettled, right? Maybe signing the dotted line, for example, still papers that need to be filled out. So I feel that you're unable because you haven't reached a sense of closure in the past, in this past situation. So unable to move forward because of this conflict. It's kind of stalling your progress. So the Magician card is in the grounding energy. This is your motivation, right? What's moving you forward? What's propelling you forward to start having these ideas on how your long-term path what should it look like, right? So the Magician card, it's Mercury energy, represents communication, opening the dialogue or starting the dialogue, having conversations about what you want to do and kind of putting it out there in the universe, right? The Magician card, we know, is a manifesting kind of energy, being able to manifest the outcome that you desire. So talking about that, right? Making connections, making networks. I feel that this Magician card, you might be putting yourself out there to like discussion forums, or letting your friend or talking to your friends and letting them kind of help you if they've been through similar situations, for example. But the Magician card is like you are manifesting a certain outcome that you desire. I don't feel it's an easy decision, right? Magician is a major arcana card. So I feel that this decision isn't an easy one, but I feel that you're seeking information or seeking advice, seeking knowledge on how others have been affected through similar situations. Are there certain circumstances that you can avoid, right? So having the discussions out there, I feel ultimately you're going to gain all the information that you need. We see that the sun is present on this card, so to me it means that there is like a happy outcome that will result as you start to open yourself up and get more information. So happy outcome possible. Ten of Pentacles, the situation that you are in, this partnership or this relationship, whatever it is, I feel that you initially thought you were going to be in this mindset or in this relationship forever. You thought that the Ten of Pentacles, that it was a forever thing, that it was going to go the distance, right? You were happy in the moment that you went into this partnership or relationship. So it was everything that you ever wanted. But then, we mature and we grow up and we start to want different things. And that's fine. That's part of the process, right? Of learning, of growing, of maturing, right? So I feel that the situation that you are in right now, at a time, it was the perfect match for you. It was the perfect scenario. You could see yourself doing this forever or being in this relationship forever. But as things started changing and growing and all that good stuff, you started to notice that, well, maybe I was only supposed to learn something from this connection, and it's maybe time to move on to a new venture or a new relationship or new different way of doing things, right? So was some situation you thought was perfect. After some open discussions, you see that maybe you want to go in a different direction. And Justice card here is this is your crowning position, right? So this means, what would you want the outcome to be? Justice. Everything works itself out. That's what you want, right? The scales being balanced here signals that you are making a choice and it's the right one. I feel that this is talking about trust, right? Trusting yourself to make the right decisions for yourself. And I feel that's a common theme in my reading so far, at least for the last 2 weeks. Signal to trust yourself and the decisions you make. By doing that, you can, now this is Mercury energy also, two of these. So Mercury energy, I feel that could be either Gemini, which means I think, you need to think about situation, and then Justice. Oh, this is Libra energy, excuse me. Libra energy ruled by Venus, right? What's important to you? What do you find valuable? How can you apply that to all of your decisions so that you have that outcome that you desire? So Justice card, balancing those scales. What I like about scales being in any of the pictures, to me, it represents everything is working itself out, right? So I feel that it's Venus energy. It's kind of this play on what do you find important in life and how can you make the right decisions so that's not affected, right? Seven of Swords. Yeah, like I said earlier, there was this situation where you thought it was going to be, this is a future card, right? So past energy, you thought this relationship or this partnership was perfect. It was going to go the distance. Now there's a conflict. Seven of Swords represents things aren't as they seem or as they appear, and I feel that you're finding that out now. I feel that sometimes, you might not be taking it so easy, right? It's a difficult situation when you come to the realization that your forever was only actually temporary, right? So having difficulty navigating this new realization, I feel that's affecting you very hard. And I feel, though, that it's an experience that's probably necessary to go through so that you can make the best decisions for yourself, right? So it was necessary for you to go through that. Now, the King of Cups, you might be feeling emotional. This is your energy. You might be feeling emotional about this relationship or this connection or this partnership that is seems or appears to be failing. But I feel that the King of Cups represents your devotion to an outcome, a specific outcome, your devotion to your initial goal. What was that, right? And getting back to that. So having a devotion to that initial goal. What was it? Was it to find a long term relationship in love? Stay committed to the goal. Maybe not to the person, maybe that's not working out for you, but stay committed to that goal of achieving that, right? Or was your initial goal to find financial success, right? Or a successful business or whatever. And maybe this partnership helped you learn some lessons, right? And maybe it's not working out, but stay committed and devoted to that goal of achieving. So, in the environment and influences external of you, external of the situation. This could be a person that you're dealing with, a boss or investors or whatever, the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is somebody who's kind of eager to please, right? Somebody who wants to ascend to a higher level. The Page of Swords is this energy of being curious, more Gemini energy, if that means something to you. More energy of being curious and, well, I mean, pages are air energy, so wanting to have truth and communication, honesty, being able to clarify all of that. But somebody or something that kind of is looking to you for guidance. I feel that you hold the power here in this situation. Somebody's looking to you for guidance, right? Because this is a page, this is a king, right? So a little bit lower status or a little bit lower on the tier than you are currently. But I feel that this is somebody who's working something out. We see the math problems here in the background. So somebody who's working or something that's working itself out, but relying on you for maybe coaching or direction or where do you want to go? Where do you want to take this? So I feel that this conflict that you might be experiencing right now, you hold the power. Do you want to try to make it work and get on the same page, or do you want to go separate directions altogether, right? So somebody who's kind of relying on you to make that decision. The Hermit card in the hopes and fears position, I get the impression that you might be fearful of doing this on your own or going at it alone. But I feel that again, it would be a temporary situation, you being alone in it. I feel that the alone portion of it is more to decide what you want to do. So it's necessary, right? It's necessary to go within, to have that reflection. And I feel that this is you needing to really decide what it is that you want to do, where you want to go, right? So only you can make that. This is necessary for you to be alone while you decide what the best path is for you. I feel that it's necessary, whether it takes you an hour, whether it takes you a day, but take a moment to really consider what it is that you want so that you can formulate a plan and then later execute it, right? So it's necessary for you to, you might fear having to do something alone, but this card is saying that it's necessary for you to do that, to decide what you want to do so that you're not planning around everybody else's desires or fears or opinions or whatever. This is your life, your decisions, right? So emphasis on that. What I like about this king in the hang on, let me set this back up. The King of Pentacles in the outcome space. It's one of my favorite cards, the King of Pentacles, because this does represent abundance, right? You figure out what you really want out of life, out of this connection, out of this partnership or relationship, whatever it is to you. Everybody's scenario is really different. But the King of Pentacles in the outcome space to me represents longevity. You're going to find abundance in whatever area that you are seeking. Whether it's romance, you'll have abundance in that. If it were finances, you'll have an abundance of that. And if it were in partnership or investors, I feel that you'll have an abundance of options. So the King of Pentacles, it's a long-term partnership that you are dealing with, exactly what you wanted initially. But this one here, the one that is having a little bit of conflict, I don't feel that that's really the one that you thought it was going to be long term, but found out that there were discrepancies along the way. And I feel it isn't exactly what you thought. So once you take to yourself and really evaluate what it is that you'll want, you'll receive the abundance in the area that you're focused in. Okay, so question time. I'm going to separate these cards into the planets first, into the zodiac signs, and also into the elements. So you think of your question. Again, we're going to try to avoid yes or no questions. We want a more broad question, open-ended question. Maybe how should you move in a certain situation or whatever. So while you think of your question, I'm shuffling the cards. The first one is the planets, and this talks about motivation. What's your motivation for asking this question? The next set of cards is the zodiac signs, and this will talk about how you should move forward in the situation that you're asking about. Okay. Libra. And last one is the elements. What kind of energy should you put into this situation that you're thinking about? Additional energy, right? So let's see. Water. So fire, air, water energies are present on this spread. The Mars card, your motivation for the question that you're thinking about. In the scenario that you are asking about, Mars represents, restructuring, sort of. So making changes, but Mars is kind of a very assertive or very dominant type of energy, right? It's fire, it's passion, being passionate about a certain scenario that you're thinking about or that you're connected to. So I feel that this is a very brave, kind of courageous card. I feel that you are trying to find bravery or courageousness to make a decision on how to move forward. So I feel that you already have something in mind, right? Something that either was or wasn't working out, and you're trying to decide or find the bravery to talk about it, right? And I feel that it means that you, in the back of your mind, you kind of already know, but now it's the hard part. Now you have to actually talk about it. So I feel that's what this card is representing. Your motivation is trying to find the courage to speak up, right, on your own behalf, to advocate for yourself of what you want. And I feel that's what this motivation is. Now, Libra, how should you move forward? What would Libra do? That's how I think about this card. What would Libra do? Libra is a very diplomatic card, so I feel that it's fine to have difference of opinions with the situation or with the partnership that you're thinking of. It's fine to have difference of opinions. But Libra to me is like being or taking a diplomatic approach, right? You can still articulate your displeasure or the reverse, your happiness toward a certain situation, what you like, what you don't like. You can still do it in a diplomatic way, right? Without hurting anybody's feelings, without being bitter or resentful that things aren't working out the way you initially intended. So take a very diplomatic approach is what I would say on the Libra card. I feel that with Libra energy being present here, this is a card that signals you should avoid indecision, right? So make your decision to speak up and to advocate for yourself. Build that courage or that bravery, however you need to do it. Make your decision and articulate it, right? So avoid indecision. It's kind of avoid, like a very passive, definitely avoid a more passive approach. I feel that it's going to be important for you to remain in your power and really speak your mind about what you want. Don't be passive. Avoid indifference here. Water. I feel that you can't say the wrong thing when you say it with kindness, right? That's what the water card is representing. So the energy you should put into this is kindness, right? Mars, now we know these are almost opposite elements, right? But this is saying be brave, be courageous for yourself, but do it in a kind way. You don't have to be very combative to get your message across. So take that diplomatic approach. So we'll pull one final card from the universe has your back as a supporting message. If this was helpful for you, I'd love to know in the comments section. Please like, share, subscribe. And let's see, there were two cards that flipped out, so let's see. The first one, the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. And then the next one, instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. I love this. So I do wish you so much luck in your situation. Thanks for being here with me, and take care. Bye.